Hey, what is up guys, my name is Eric, and in today's episode, I'm going to be teaching you how you can open a text file, read that data, and display it onto our console window. Let's do this. Now in the previous tutorial, I taught you how to use the fstream library to create an ofstream object for a variable called myFile. And from there, we created a settings.txt file generated by our program, and then we opened the file through our program, wrote this message into the program. Well, I modified the message a bit before the beginning of this video. Now if you can take a moment to pause the video, copy this code into a new project, and then be sure to continue from there. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that you finished copying this entire code into your new project. Now from here, this is what we're gonna do to change it in order to read data from our file. Now right now, because this is in a new project, be sure to debug, so compile and run this program by clicking Ctrl F5 or start without debugging, and then yes. And as you can see, it shows the file is open, and press any key to continue. Good. Now if we were to go to our project folder, there should be a settings.txt file. It's located in one of the folders inside the project, so you might have to dig around to find it. And then once you found it, open the file, and as you can see, it shows, hello, this is the secret message going into the file. Perfect. So close that, minimize the window for now, and then what we have to do is to read files, we cannot use the ofstream because the ofstream is specifically for opening and writing data into the file. In order for us to read data from the file, we would have to change the ofstream into a ifstream. So change the O to an I. Simple as that, right? And feel free to rename the variable if needed. Now notice, as soon as I change the O to an I, the angle brackets here for this line of code becomes red, because in this case we're not writing data into a file, we're supposed to read data. So this line of code becomes invalid. So you could just delete it. We won't need that anymore. So what now? Now, before we continue, go up to the very top and include a string library. Okay, and then once you've done that, let's create a string variable. So string my message, semicolon. Now, right here where we deleted that line of code earlier, we're going to type in something new, and that is getLine. Now, inside the getLine function, you would type in the name of your file variable, which in this case is called myFile. So type in myFile, comma, and then your string variable, which will be the recipient of the data that's coming in from your file. So in this case, we're going to use the myMessage string variable to store the data that it's reading from the myFile variable, which is linked to the settings.txt file. So myMessage. So if we were to compile and run this right now, it would not show anything because we would have to cout it first. So cout myMessage, semicolon. And then let's actually add in end line just to make it nice. So compile, run, and then as you can see, it shows, hello, this is the secret message going into the file. Perfect, right? Now let's go back into our project folder, and let's say we modified the text file. Okay, let's go to a new line and type in the password to the program is ABC123, and then let's add in a third line. The username is Eric. Well, the goal is to type in multiple lines of information into your text document and save it. Okay, so now that we've done that, go back to your program, run the program again, and see what would happen. And as you can see, it only showed the first line of text. What happened to the second and the third line of text? Shouldn't it show? Well, no, because in this case, we only typed in getLine once, right? So in order for us to display all three lines of text in this case, we would have to utilize what we've learned in the past, and that is by using a loop. What kind of loop? Well, it's up to you. For this case, I'm going to try to display everything inside the text file. So with that in mind, I'm going to be using a while loop. So while, and then you can just copy and paste the getLine code that we have. So in this case, and then delete that semicolon. And then because a while loop is like this, make sure you use your curly brackets, and then inside you can cout my message. end line. And then I'll just delete the one outside here. Okay, and then let's run this program, and as you can see, it shows all 3 lines of text that were stored inside our settings.txt file. And with that in mind, that basically concludes our tutorial on how to read data from our text file and store it into a string variable and then display it onto the console window. Really easy, right? If you have any questions or any concerns, be sure to leave it in the comments below. And thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.